playlist mashups of the moment.
I've been smoking very much since you left me. Why did you make me leave? Pop a molly in a cup and sleep. I thought you never ever let me be. I thought you held me down till I get clean. I thought all we had was love, was love. I gave you all I had, not much, not much. Things you gave to me were worse, and I'll apologize somebody that would hurt me.
You're now listening to the best music.
Feel the freshness.
Happy days, family. How are you doing? Welcome to Tubonge this beautiful, beautiful Wednesday. It's your girl, Lala Yutan Longoria, on the radio station, the one and only Black Hot Fire Radio Network, media of the 21st century. I hope you're having a great, magical week. Welcome, welcome, welcome again. It's always about redefining Africa as we redefine ourselves. But before we move forward, remember to download our app on the Google Play Store, stream on www.blackhotfireradionetwork.com for amazing healthy supplements, apparel clothing with the Black Hot Fire Radio logo on it. We have the likes of Asha Gwender, Alcohol Cucumber Soap, Manuka Honey Coffee, everything that you definitely need. On the clothing store, we have t-shirts, spinny hats, dad hats, sandals, lights, hoodies with the Black Hot Fire Radio logo on it. Kindly check it out for you to basically support us, because it's about Ubuntu, the awakening and redefining Africa as we redefine ourselves. But also we have the splendid, phenomenal panel with me this beautiful Wednesday.
Good evening, good morning to everyone listening to us on YouTube, on the radio. Hope you guys are doing great. Again, we're back with Tubonge. Let's see what the episode of today is all about. My name is Joby. Enjoy the show.
Wagwan, they come here, search the money plants. Karibuni sana.
Everybody, Sana, I hope you're doing better. Hope you're doing great.
It's cold, but I'm not feeling cold.
Eish,
Yeah.
looking good. Everybody looking amazing.
Thank you. I like this top, Shwani.
Thank you so much. You
Yeah.
should make one for
Yes, because
Yeah.
you do that actually.
Oh my god, just threw myself under the bus, yeah?
You're doing it.
I will.
Yes,
I will.
nice
I
little
will.
crop tops.
Mhm,
You know, it'll be
mhm.
nice.
We're getting into it.
Alrighty.
Slowly, pole pole.
Alright, before we move forward, let's listen into the health and benefits of what we do have for you on our website to give you an understanding of what you should definitely be expecting.
Fuel your body with complete multivitamin, the perfect balance of essential nutrients for daily health and wellness. Carefully formulated from natural ingredients, our multivitamin packs vitamins A, C, D, E, plus key minerals like zinc and magnesium to support your immune system and boost energy. Just one tablet a day is all you need. Take it with water and feel the difference as prescribed by your healthcare provider. Stay active, stay strong, stay ready with Complete Multivitamin, your daily dose of vitality. Complete Multivitamin, simple, powerful nutrition. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition store.
For $32.90, we're going to begin with a conversation here about motherhood. And mainly, maybe you don't know, or you know, sometimes you have friends who are mothers or literally raising children. But there's a conversation here about a lady said sometimes some are triggered in the fact that maybe you are literally an individual, maybe you don't have any kids, unknowingly you wouldn't know that. And it explains better over this lady who is saying it's actually something they do without knowing, but it's actually just a trigger. So I'm just going to play the video to get the more detail about
how
it.
you disregarded yourself, hoping to.
Okay.
Why are mothers so triggered by people that don't want kids?
I think it's because it stings some of us who have decided to be mothers when we think about what was the real reason why we wanted.
Let me start that
Why
again.
are mothers so triggered by people that don't want kids?
Like, why are mothers so triggered with actually people who don't want kids?
That's a good question.
Yes,
That's a
not
really
even
good
the fact that
question.
you're raising kids. Why are mothers so triggered with individuals who don't want kids?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I think it's because it stings some of us who have decided to be mothers when we think about what was the real reason why we wanted to be a mother. For many of us, it's because, at least for a person like me, it was because I sought identity. I sought identity that was acceptable, cared for, supported, and affirmed by the greater society. Because all the things that I was, in my mind, was not. I'm a child who grew up in significant childhood trauma and poverty, a person who had an absent father, a person who ended up in foster care and aged out, a person of color.
Because maybe also some is because their identity is shaped on being a mother. I think we talked about this on Monday on Women's Scoop, like their identity is derived from the title of being a mother, or even some wives. Some people are really triggered in the perspective that you're saying that you don't want to be a wife.
I think I've faced that. I don't know where I was. Then I said out loud, F them kids. I said that a lot. Then someone looked at me like really, really weird. Like it was like a group of women. They were turning, looking at me like crazy, and like, yeah, I said it. But I know you can't come confront me about it. I know for you it's a trigger because actually it was in a store of children, and then they're like, so like, I don't know why it's a big deal. So it's a good question. That's why I was saying it's a good question, because I've always also wondered the same thing. Why is it when you tell some people you don't want kids, it's like you're triggered about it? It's me, it's not you. This is about me. This is my life. I write the story. You wrote yours. You're writing yours your own way. So let me print and write mine my own way. You know. And I was also saying the same thing. I think also yesterday to Keith. Like for me, I think growing up, it was to you, on the show I was saying yesterday. Personally, I've grown up not. It's never been in my head like I want to have kids. Like I've actually thought about it. Like I'd rather adopt than give birth. I don't know why, but it's something I've had like since utoi tu niko like nah, I don't want to have a child of my own. I'd rather take care of one to mwingine basi, not my own. I don't think I'm really. I don't know. I can't fathom it. I can't just fathom myself being a mother. Not because I think it's nothing against it, but I just can't. Yeah. Not now, not ready, not a discussion I want to have.
It is a choice.
It's a trigger to other people,
But it shouldn't be a trigger at all. I feel like the fact that I've said is because some have grown up with that mindset, or actually we've grown up being told about maybe about marriage, being a wife. So it has become maybe a life achievement, and if you don't actually fall into that category, maybe the society deems you as not fit, which it shouldn't be. Literally.
Yeah, because it's like the video I was trying to get Jana. There's a video I was trying to find on Monday, like so this lady who said by the age of 26, 25, as a lady you need to be married and settled. By the age of 30, 35, you need to get done with giving birth and having children. Like, who are you to dictate my life? Like, and then I think people need to understand, again, not just looking at the centuries we are in, but also looking at some people's lives are slow, just because you got married and became successful, or your lineage of parents has been like that, doesn't mean the same as for me. Where people actually who got married actually at a very young age, and their marriages are really effed up. We keep on talking about it. The people are super sad. We have men and women cheating on each other, especially in these marriages, because you did what the society is expected of you, not what you expect of yourself. So understand, again, my life is not the same as yours. Yours might be quick in different ways. Your marriage may be successful, but it doesn't mean if I go the same as you, it's gonna be the same as you. Like, mine could be effed up. I could find maybe some effed up partner, in-laws, could be, so we're not the same. That's also something people need to also understand. Like, I love the fact that I was watching this documentary. Who said I don't have time to watch documentaries? Someone said we don't have time to watch documentaries. Yes, I do. I do have time to watch documentaries and podcasts. So there's this documentary I was watching, and the analyzer was saying, it was a political documentary, and this guy was saying he views things on a point of view not based on the politician who's being hate or criticized.
Okay.
Let's say an example, let's say when a politician comes in a place and then the people are showing love, the people are showing hate.
Yeah.
Everyone has different perspective about this so and so, okay? Different probably approaches and how do I say maybe receiving spear like kuna mwenye atona is delivery ko perfect, kuna delivery yake ni it's the same old notions. So I love the fact with everything I'm saying. He said it's good even when you look at a politician in some sort of areas, don't judge the people trying to get to the politicians and don't judge even the politician at that point, because scenarios are different. Si kila mahali pia is all about politics. Kuna watu wengine they go and not just politics, even different things. The people who are moving with genuine intentions, not just their agendas. So look at things, look at things in different angles. So the same with motherhood. Maybe there's someone who's refusing to be a mother because they have childhood traumas. True. You know, they're not ready to pass that to their children.
I know an individual like that.
Yeah, there are people who maybe avoiding to be mothers because they're not ready. Again, we have someone like me. Financially, I gotta be. And even if I'm gonna be financially stable, the way I still want to be able to have a kid, I don't think I'm still ready. I can't fathom it, and I really mean it. I really mean that. And then there are people who they just don't want to. You know, it's not about finances. They just don't want to. They have the money, but they don't want to. You know, rich aunties living good life. Come on.
Yes.
Yeah. Come on. Yeah.
I personally think that having a kid is supposed to be an option, because you're the one who's going to be a mom. You're not going to carry this baby with somebody and then zao huyo mtoto ndo utajua mtoto ni wako. Now when responsibility comes, people just think that once you get pregnant or you're getting pregnant for the mother-in-law, for the family. Trust me, once you give birth, the child is yours and your husband only. The two of you will raise the kid alone at a certain point. And for most of the but most of the parents are the ones that are going to raise the kids. So if you see somebody saying I don't want to be a mother, if you chose that route, let the person breathe. Like literally, you can't be judging people out here and saying maybe that was yours, that was your purpose. And I feel like people have better things to look at than actually looking into only parenthood. Parenthood is not the only thing. We've had worse parents before. Do we say they actually made the right decision of bringing kids? Sometimes you look at what some parents do to their kids, you're like, hata ungemwabot. Unajua mbona ulimleta kwa hii dunia? The ones that kill their children, the ones that sodomize their kids, the ones that rape their girls. You're like, how are you a father and somebody's telling me something about parenthood, you know? So you're like, not everything is all about parenthood in life nowadays. And mostly for women. Women have other options. Women have careers. Women have stresses. Women have things they want to chase other than, hey, I'm just supposed to give birth. But if it is a decision you made, also people should look at you. Not your people also should judge. Like the same way they're judging people with kids, you should also judge bad parenting. Like if you move out here and see a kid, not sema mwizi, mtoto wa mtu anaongelesha tu vibaya. Unafaa uambie mamake, shida yako ni mbona ukuangalia mtoto. So that also you can judge me when I say I don't want kids. Because now you're judging people without kids, and yet you're not even a good parent from the societal perspective of parenting. Of course, there's no good parenting or bad parenting. It's according to how you want to raise your kids. So kindly let people breathe. You can't actually be triggered just because, and it is so crazy because I don't know, me, I've never met that in my life. Like I've never met any pressure from my family asking me to actually give birth. And I think that if I was from a fucked up family, maybe my mom, she would be, because now all my sisters have kids, right? Even the younger one, she would be in a place of telling me, hey, unajua sijini, but she has never brought that conversation to me. So I'm like, I'm really in a safe space to actually determine what I'm going to do with my life. If it is an option I want to, I go for it, but at my time. And if it is an option I don't want to, I don't go for it. People didn't die. I saw an auntie, I saw an auntie of mine who didn't have kids, and I felt like she was more of a parent because her brother died, right? she had to raise all her kids, all her brother's kids, like literally kama wake. Aliwapeleka primary, akawapeleka high school, hadi college, hadi university, water, and then there were many. So I'm like, imagine your purpose was being their parent, because what would they have done if they lost their father? Of course, they lost their father at a younger age. They lost their mothers. Wangedu nini? Si wangeenda kwa streets, or they become somebody else. Your purpose of not giving birth was to be their parent, and that's, she lived as a parent. I saw her disciplining them. You couldn't even tell a difference, like literally. So everybody has different journeys and different paths. We should not trigger your decision. If you choose that path, it's because this is not making sense. It's because I chose that. That was yours. It was your decision. Let people make their personal decision. You don't need to be triggered. Not even tutaki tu kukua mama. Nani alikwambia ni kenye mimi nataka kwa maisha yangu? Niko na vitu mingi nataka, si kukua mzazi, si kwenda plus you don't even know my reason. And I like the fact that right now this is becoming like an open conversation right now, and I feel like the more the world is actually growing and developing, people are actually opening their minds a lot on even decisions they make. Mostly women. It's not a conversation we only have here in the studio. Literally, sometimes you walk outside, you hear other people saying the same thing. Or you're like, okay, so I'm not the only person who thinks this and this. There are also other people who actually are open-minded to make different decisions for themselves. So I don't feel like it's supposed to be a trigger. It's just supposed to respect people's choices of their lives, like literally. Plus, once you become a mother, you're a grown-up. The decision of motherhood is a grown-up. Kama umeona nimeshafika miaka kuwa mama na unaona sijakuwa mama, I'm already a grown-up. I've made that decision of not being. So let me be. Literally, sini wakubwa.
It's so true.
Exactly.
This should have been something you're questioning someone from a judgmental point of view, because hey, it's a free world, it's 21st century, and also it's because of the results a lot of individuals have seen from marriages, maybe their friends' life, family, and it has become like a repetitive sequence, and they don't want to fall into that. Also, I know the projection of fear, and they're like, you know what, let me just choose myself. It's never a bigger deal.
A brown person, a brown girl. And to me, those identities weren't of any worth or any of value. So I thought, well, if I'm a mother, now I'm something to be proud of. Now I'm something that people will admire and people will respect and people will affirm.
Can you pause?
But when you get
people don't admire you for being a parent. Like, people don't, they are saying, now I am something that people will admire. It's like you're living for the people, and that's why I say this parenthood thing, it comes from a societal perspective.
Exactly.
If you are saying people will admire you, people will respect you, people still respect you even without kids. People still respect you even. So if you're the worst parent, will people respect you? People won't respect you. Exactly. So I don't think like a child would bring respect. Respect is earned from
like
you personally. Exactly.
I do agree. I do actually get what because she's saying the thought she had before becoming a parent, which I agree, it's societal and community expectation. And then I was to add, because I don't know if she thought about it or is because we're normalized to see him, especially if, let's say, we have a pregnant woman in a matatu. You have to stand up for a pregnant woman, let them see it. Or if there's something happening to a pregnant woman, you have to be, kind to them. I mean, there's that respect that comes with it. Let's just be factual, of course. There's how you can't just treat, this how you can't treat a pregnant woman.
Is this respect or just being humane, Joe?
I think humane.
It's not respect.
And courteous.
It's just courteous. I don't think it's something to do with respect. Because respect him to anakujua na I will only respect you when I know you. If I don't know you, we're just cordial. But nikishaka na wewe nikajua hivi ndo nakuwa, you deserve my respect. I deserve your respect. You respect. But this is somebody I feel like that is just courteous. That is just like, it's just something.
Or the way the government has put it too, because there's also how the government has put it.
It's an example also if there's a lady and maybe she needs a seat, or even in a bank. It's like, she might be rude to me personally, but because of the baby she's carrying in life, I'll just let her be like, it's fine. Not because I'm like if I respect you, I'm just gonna still call you out for being rude.
Yeah.
And I'm like, just go ahead.
Yeah.
Because of what you're literally carrying inside of you.
Because also, if we say iti kuwakatia kuwasimamia kwa gari, I have friends of mine who are male. If msichana ameingia kwa gari, hawezi kaa. If the chick is standing, like literally. Like tuseme gari imejaa, alafu mtu akaokotwa kwa barabara na ni dem, atasimama. Naturally, atamwambia me I can't see a woman standing and I'm sitting. So that is
That's
not until
nice
you
of
respect
them.
the person. Unajua, it's
Nice,
just something
very
in you. Unajua, me I'm
But
always
also,
shocked.
if an elderly person has actually boarded a bus,
Yeah.
and it's full, they
Yeah.
know it's full, would you stand up for that person?
Personally, I don't. For the
Because you
elder
think
people.
the bus is full.
For the even for chicks, I don't.
Right?
Me
Yeah,
personally, I'm like
something.
cheki. Unaona hata history eti we songa hapa huu madhe akae hapa huu kae na niko like akae tu hapo si alio si mimi nilikuja wa kwanza. Like me I won't
Me
entertain
too.
nonsense.
Me too. I
Like,
think for us growing up, it used to be like that. Your parent could tell you, "Mama, mtu akae hapa."
You would.
Me, I wouldn't. I don't stand up. I'm
I
so
can't
sorry.
for real.
I
Eti, unless
I've paid
the
for the
highest,
matatu too.
be the highest I
For
can
real?
do. If he has a kid na najua naenda kusimamisha na huyu mtoto human.
Me, I'll hold the kid.
Mtoi labda labda mtoi either ni hold hiyo mtoi na kama sitaki kuhold mtoi nitaenda kwa city nitakwambia okay juu sasa unabeba mtoi nenda kwa uncomfortable for me unajua but I don't stand for them hata kuwe grandfather
For real?
na
Yeah.
cause angalia mtu wa matatu anapata pesa yeye ndiye
Yeah.
ako selfish
Yeah.
mbona
Yeah, it's
True.
yeah.
it's not my fault there is another gari nafaa ikuje mbona yasi na mvua inyeshi
Right.
mbona asingoje but msako selfish enough anaona wewe ni kama mimi si yao I don't by the way
Right.
the only I think maybe a pregnant woman of which thank God I've never there is always some people mimi by the way nakuanga na ile acha nipime nani atasimama wa kwanza si mami wa kwanza si mami wa kwanza for sure
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's
The actual day-to-day
because it was
life
on
of
phone.
being a
I
mother.
think it's about respecting your elders. People took it on a wrong way.
Oh, why is
One thing
that?
I've always noticed is because me when I used to grow up, I've grown up from a family of kulikuwa respect your elders.
Yeah.
So it came to a point of don't talk back to your elders. Unajua mtu akikuongelesha na ni mkubwa wako and it's something we even have in our family like my brother and I've seen up to today I think it's venye tumelelewa even my younger sister she might be a mom and stuff but akijaribu kuniongelea nitaambia nani ni rika yako
Yeah.
who are you am I your age mate you're talking to like that and she has maybe like kids and I don't have so your respect na bakingi ni kenye nimefunzwa even mimi nilifunzwa don't talk back to your elders unajua don't do this till I grew up and I realized respect has to be earned whether you're my elder or not you don't talk to me exactly you don't talk to me the way you want just because you're my elder or you don't come to that car and then just because
that's
like I feel kitu yenyewe tumegrow up because naambiwa respect don't talk mimi eti mama mwingine ananiongelesha beti juu ni mama ni tutapigana.
That's the problem we have with today's
that
politicians
bullshit.
because that's why your politicians say we're so disrespectful
Right.
because they grew up with a generation of number one
Younger people are
yeah
not.
we're supposed to be respectful to the elder so long as you're an elder I'm not supposed to talk back to you while you're being disrespectful I'm just supposed to listen and that's why politicians are driven right now super confused being honest cause I think it was kama si wetangula kuna mtu alisema the Gen Zs are so
Hata
disrespectful
Mudavadi,
yeah
yes.
Mudavadi he said Kenyans have been rude
Yes.
it's not being rude we just know what we want we know our rights
That is true.
and we're not
we
taking
know.
nonsense anymore
And we know that respect,
Like-
you have to respect me as a
Kinda.
leader.
Yes.
And that's how unapata,
Yes.
politicians want to, people like our politicians, they still think that we are kids. We don't have to,
They
we
have
don't
that
have,
mentality about us.
oh, Gen Z ni wadogo,
Yes.
ni watoto. That's why they talk to us the way they want. I'm not your child. I'm a grown-up person. I'm over 18. The law states I can vote. I have my constitutional right. I can even go to jail for my consequences. So you have no right to treat me as a kid.
Yep.
But everybody has been trained that. I think it's an African thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if it is an African thing, but
It
most
is.
African families don't talk this. Don't do that to
do
your elders.
that.
Don't
Can't talk
and you
back.
find your
Yes, you
elders
can
sitting
talk
sitting down and looking down upon you. Juu tu ni mtoto ama wewe ni nani?
Yeah.
Ukaange ukitake bullshit. We are above that where everybody knows their human rights. We can't be entertaining bullshit in the name of respect. Do this, do this. If even the younger people, so should I step on maybe, let's say Chris Chris was here, she was the younger one. Should I just step on Chris just because she's the young one? Or just because...
order her
or tell her, Chris, you're the younger, supposed to do this. You don't do that. She's human, she's grown. You treat her the same way you expect her to treat you back. So respect has nothing to do with it has, and I feel like we've confused respect. Kama hiyo ndio kenye tulifunzwa ni respect, hiyo si respect. Hiyo si respect for shit. Because it's like it's like instilling fear on a younger person.
Like whatever someone who's elder than you tells you,
you do it.
You follow. Don't question.
Yeah.
And then you look at that person a fucked up life. So would you follow somebody's fucked up life just because he's an elder?
Not really.
Nigga, your life is miserable. You have no right to actually come and advise me, and I have all the right to say no and tell you I can't listen to you.
Right.
But if you are telling me stuff and I look at you and I'm like, nani.
Right.
And that's why I feel like Gen Z are very fearless. Because of like kwambia unanipimia nini?
I know.
Anakwambia.
And what they're doing and the type of leadership they have, they're like, it doesn't add up.
Hata ukijaribu kumdanganya kwambia unapima nani wewe? Unajua mbona unajaribu kunipima ufala? They already know who they are.
So you see the Gen Z's actually quit even jobs very easily.
Exactly.
And
imagine they survive.
Yeah, they do.
Crazy thing, they survive. They're entrepreneurs at 19.
It's so true.
They're millionaires at 24.
Yeah.
Unashanga, how did this buy a Range Rover? Angalia wale kina Kenyan Prince.
I know.
Kids, literally.
Yeah.
They manage.
They do.
So it is not respect. I feel like that is just fear.
And
it's the same way we're even being ruled.
You know,
like
right now.
Dictatorship, literally.
That is so
exactly.
true.
And you realize how no one cares how you feel, when you realize how much work it is, when you realize how selfless you have to be, how self disappears, who you are as a person disappears, and the society doesn't value you, and you're not even sometimes valued in your own home. Then you look back at those women or people who say they didn't want
value. You can't go seeking value, of course, from other people. Exactly. You need to understand your own value.
Exactly.
Number one, before you became a mother, you should have known your own value. You know, who you're becoming pregnant for. Are they even worth it?
My gosh, yes.
You know, are you ready? Even if it's that person, you yourself, are you really, really ready? Me, I love the fact, I always tell myself, even if I'm to have a kid, I think I've also told myself that. If I'm to really have a kid, for real, I don't know.
I think I love
solo. For me. Like that is me. There's someone I even told if I was ready for a child, I would do what people do: go store their sperm, like store their sperms, and then just like get pregnant when I'm ready. Yeah. Like
me personally, I feel like I'd go get like a cute guy and never tell him.
That's exactly like you
got good genes.
You know, like
when I'm ready, I'll come.
If I was ready, I'd just harvest your sperms, go store them, and just
harvest their sperms. They'll know Jovi.
Indorasema, if it was not them knowing, chukue tu kondiko yake, chukue hizi vitu, peleka.
I just go when I'm ready. I just go have sex and get
peleka hizi vitu ama uko na fridge easily. Akishaenda kuna hiyo
kondiko. You don't want to raise your child with
you see the way Kina Drake is doing.
No. Why? Even you?
For me, because it's for me.
Okay.
For me, it's for me. Like not for.
So you still don't want her, even if you end up with somebody.
They have to be what I really want. That person, you have to be really what I want. Because if you're not matching any of that,
right,
I'm having the kid for me. I'm being selfish.
And
if you also like your genes are worth it, because there's just some douche. You might give birth to a sudi.
Oh my gosh.
It's crazy. You gotta be careful.
But I get what Job is saying. She's trying to say, maybe she's felt like, hey, I feel like I want a kid right now.
Okay.
And the men in my life are not worth or not like our fiki standard nataka. So I just go, get a nice guy, get paid, and never tell him. Like I date you for a month, we're just trying every day.
You have money.
When I realize 3 months I am bye. You'll never see me. After 12 years. Unaona kama mtoto mwingine kafana wewe akaanza si wako. Probably you'll never even see him in your life.
But your child is going to ask you about his or her father.
Yeah, probably the dad was just
Let
a
me tell you,
donor.
I didn't ask. Personally, I never asked Iwaton. On my mama, I never asked. And if I did, Sidawahi, I've never raised my voice even asking until my mom herself mentioned I have a father. I was shocked. Because I feel like if you really have...
Also the environment. Because if your child is hanging out with other kids with like a father... They're gonna actually ask that
question. You have money for this guy to not ever tap back to you.
15 years
exactly.
Like
I feel like if you give your kid enough love, because that was my mom literally. Like she gave us enough love for me to not ever question, like if I have a father, even if I saw like seeing other children out to a big deal, like daddy
I feel like it's a selfish reason to actually not give your child that right to know the other parent. But if the parent was just a donor, like how do I tell a kid that your parent was just a donor? No, I ghosted your dad after getting. I can't do that shit. I'll just be like,
you have to do it.
He did, baby. It's just me and you. Like, because I had a friend.
What about his family? He never took me there, so I don't know.
I had a friend of mine.
Right.
They were like two, but they looked so different. One looked like a pointy, like half caste. If she wasn't a pointy, she was either Muslim, Muslim. Her mom was Luo.
Right.
Her father, because akona ile nywele curled and curly, like the Muslim hair, and it grows so fast.
Right.
Then she's light. So she used to live with her moms, and you know me, I didn't know anything about like single parenthood because I was brought up in a full family, right? So I one time I just asked her, like, you and your brother, you know the way she's so light, the brother is so dark.
Okay.
Like super dark, finally for shit, not in the eyes. So I'd be like, what? You and your brother like what? I was like, no, that's we have the different fathers. And then I asked her like, do you want your brother? Like, I'm there Z. Because she used to even talk about her moms. Like, Miss Lelewa in an open family like that. So she'd be like, so my mom's boyfriend, I'd be like, shit. Your mom's boyfriend, you know your mom's, because that's not a familiar conversation to me. My mom's boyfriend owns a gym, so my mom goes there, they work out, and my mom trains basketball. I'm like, hey, what a cute family. Because we have been brought up like, we're just trained. So one time I just asked her, and she's like, I think either mini pointish money. That is what she told me. Jewish yet, and I said, kama misi oria. Really pointy, but she's like from his, she's like ni rogue kabisa. So hadi ana
the way she communicates.
Yeah, because I mean watu in a normal family like
in a single.
Hadi kwa unajua pointi venye kwaga. I'm like ana hiyo shit. Amereziwa tu na mama yake pekee. So she speaks Shang. You can't even know like. Yeah. And then mama yake ni Mjaka. So she speaks proper Luo, like full Luo. So I'm like, Shmani, I think mini pointy. And I'm like, have you ever like asked your mama? I didn't start kujua. She told me that, and that is somebody who has been raised by a single wonder, and she's never even wondered. And I asked her like, why have you never even asked your moms like who your pops is? She's like, I've never found a reason to ask her. I feel like she's been doing her part in every way. They feel at nini. Kambia aujoy kabisa kambia Z. And I think, and I think naweza kuwa half mzungu, I'm half Oriata. She doesn't give a damn, like literally. So I do believe there are people, if you just give your kid, for example, it is the same way, unajua, because to say kids who are orphans, like maybe have orphans. You just say my pops is dead and you live with that. Unajua, or you say my mom's is dead and you live with that. The same way, you just have one parent. There's no difference. Maybe it's calamities. So I feel like ukipe mtoto wako enough love, which is kind of hard, but of course it's also unfair if they also have parents on the other side, but they can't actually see or be part of their life. But let's say babake alimruka. Okay. Or the father said you don't want anything to do with you and that trade. What do you do?
It's also hard, of course, for you to trace back this, child back to the dad.
Yeah, and you've never seen the dad in like, let's say 15, 20 years. You don't even know where he is at. Alikuruka ukiwa 19. You are now 40. Ndoto nakuuliza babangu ako wapi? Utajuaje babake yako wapi? Seriously, ayu alikufa. Literally. For
Oh
real.
my, but it's so important to raise a child with a father figure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And father figure is not also, let's not also
I know, it's like a
confuse,
father,
exactly.
like a father figure, basically a male stature.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is super, super important. If you are a single mom and you, maybe the father is a douchebag or the father is like some bum-ass nigga, you just raise them, you take them to their uncles, you take them to their grandfathers and stuff like that. I've made an example with me and my brother. At a certain age, we never visited. I think my mom knows we are very chaotic.
Okay.
We never visit relatives. Sisi ni watu relatives walikuwa nakuja kwetu. Like I don't even remember it. Ni holiday, unaona venye watu wanatumwa, sisi kwetu watu ndio walikuwa wanatumwa wakuje, not us being sent to people.
Yeah.
So I wondered why us as women were never sent, but my brother, he comes to Nairobi.
Okay.
He used to come to Nairobi every holiday, mostly akishaingia high school. Now he started becoming like ameanza kuingia adolescent. He comes to my uncle in Nairobi. He stays there for 3 months or for 2 months. Anakuja long holiday ako Nairobi kwa gangu. So I just got later to understand, it's because my pops ain't there.
Right.
So he needs a manly structure to teach him how to be a man. And my brother, funny thing, we've been raised women. So in my perspective, I'd be like, he'll turn to be like a weak ass nigga. That is the strongest man, super masculine. And I'm like, he learned this because he actually had a father figure in his life who was not his own father, but somebody would look up to, somebody would teach him to be a man. Somebody would tell him, this is how you survive. This is how you behave as a man. And his treatment, even with my uncle, he tells me, I was like, alikuwa nakutreat aje, anaambia, sangine kwa nitembea ni pay fare, natembea for a long time, niko like, kia nakutesa, anaambia, hapo ananitesa, mimi nilikuwa na enjoy, sangine naelewa hana. And then I came to understand, okay, this is how you survive in the world. So it is really important too. And sometimes even I look at your brother, I'm like, thank God there's always men around him. Even in the studio, him hanging around, chilling around them. Because even you alone, Joby, you're just a woman. You can't manage to raise a man.
Sure.
He needs like a structure. He needs to see men. How do men survive? Thank God we always have some men around in the studio. When he chills with them, even when Kina Kamlesh were here, you just see like that stuff. They have those conversations. Is seeing how men literally survive. He spends a whole day with men, like 2, 3, a whole month. He sees like men in his life. But if it is only women, that's why you find most kids are gay.
Becoming gay.
They're very feminine. You're like, what the hell is happening? They can't even stand on their own. Very weak. Because he was just raised by a mom himself.
That is so true. That's so true, family. As we move forward with the next
around his-
conversations in regards to the main conversation about when you basically on a fast date with somebody, we have people who literally, the fast conversation is basically about intimacy, and talking about it with men early allows them to operate, according to this lady, in their default setting, which is to basically be intimate with you. If you want men to develop care and respect for you, then you have to force them to take the time to engage their big brain. Okay, let's listen into this lady.
And if sex, quick PSA, a man should not be talking to you about sex straight away. Actually, correction, because most of the time men are approaching women for the purpose of sex. Women should not be entertaining conversations about sex with men straight away. Like, you guys are having your first conversation talk about positions, how many people you slept with, the craziest place you've had sex. How about how old are you? What was your first pet's name? Like, women, I love you, but can we please switch on? Because once you engage in that sexual talk, that is going to be the foundation for a lot of your conversations. And if sex is the basis for a lot of your conversation, that is how that man has pigeonholed you as someone that he will be having sex with and having sex with only. I really need women to understand this. Men have standards, just not for themselves. So a man is going to think that you are hoe-y if you are talking about sex early, because he thinks that is wild. He loves that you're doing it.
Do you think this really happens with somebody who you like?
It depends with how attracted you are with the person, literally. But I feel like a foundation should basically come from a friendship foundation.
Yeah.
A strong foundation.
Very
Because
strong friendship.
because after everything is gone, what if the sex
Oh
is
my
work?
God, yes.
What if you've been disappointed? Is he are you gonna let him go? Like for real, you're like umemkutana naye meanza sexual conversations, right? And then it's bad. Do you let him go? And probably he was supposed
That
to be your
happens to
best
a lot of
friend.
people.
Unajua,
That's
and probably he was supposed to be like a really good friend.
Yeah.
What if the love goes? Unajua, the friendship is what
matters.
Most of the time, you're not going to feel all those goosebumps, all those butterflies. It's gonna be the first times. Yes, sometimes it happens for a lifetime, but you have to rekindle them.
Yeah.
Sometimes life beats you and you're just like, you're living with this person for the sake, this is my husband, this is the reality,
Yeah.
we are raising kids. But also you come down and remember, this is my friend. This is somebody we were like friends with for the first time. We've known each other because your friend you don't lie to, your
best
friend you're
friends,
open
yes.
with, your friend you've. But if it starts from a sexual perspective, I do believe it's just lust for me.
Right.
Yeah, because once the sex is done, then what? Because not all the time you want to have sex and you want to feel like that. Exactly. So what if you're not having sex? What do you talk to with this person?
Thank you.
Let's have that
What are you talking
conversation.
about?
Exactly.
I feel like this
so
goes
true.
back.
Yeah, like you're not having sex
What are
for
you
real, for
talking
real.
about?
Let's say you're whatever, you're cleansing. What do you talk about with this person? Do you just
Business.
You can't, because the only thing you know is sex and his body.
That's the problem.
It's true.
That's
Yeah.
the problem. But anyway,
not
I feel like this starts with the, like she said, the men themselves.
Okay.
Because I think there's a time we're talking about men not wanting to have the chase anymore. We should be very interesting, because also with the women, we love the chase. I enjoy
Right.
being chased, being honest. I'm not gonna cap.
Yeah.
I do like when I'm giving you a hard time and you're not giving up. I like that. Like I really,
Right.
really enjoy that. But men don't want that anymore. They want
Anymore.
women who are easy, to give you
Right.
exactly what you want. You want someone who you can nut with tonight. You need to go
It's so
find that.
true.
So you'll find so many. You have these cases of women, sijui mtu amepatikana club,
Yeah.
umebaiwa pesa pombe kidogo, you're drugged, and then I've been seeing, I don't know if you guys saw the confession, or I didn't listen to it, but I was just reading the lines zikienda, the things women have to do to survive, because of you offering sex only. Yes, you can, money is gonna come, but the things these men are doing to you for their own pleasure, because they lack standards, like she said, it's just nasty and crazy. It's so nasty. But I feel like, again, like I'm saying, it goes back to men just not wanting to have the chase anymore. Because it started with friendship. You come say hi to me, get my number. Friendship, from friendship, trying to get to know me better. If you're really interested in me, take me out a couple of times, even without asking me to be your girlfriend still.
Yeah.
Take me out a couple of times, buy me some few things without me even asking still. Surprise me, show me you have that capability of even you being my boyfriend. And then, okay, I feel like this and this has been leading to so and so.
Yeah.
So what do you think? And if I'm down, fine. If I don't, I tell you no. But now it's so different, being honest. Men want just nice and easy, men don't want to chase anymore, don't want to provide anymore, you want to be the one provided for, like, please. It's just a different
I was
era.
having a conversation with another guy, I think like a few weeks ago, and he told me, I like minds becoming friends first, because even if we don't date, I gained a friend.
Exactly.
That really made a lot of it was like, at least I gain, because I might be
I
like
like that
rushing.
too. I like
Yeah,
friendship
it was
first.
like-
Like, let's
right?
create that connection
it
as
was,
friends.
and that opened, I was like, yeah, that really makes a lot of sense. Most men would go for sex first, would go like,
Right.
hey, I want you, shorty, I feel you, and stuff like that, whatever. But if you create a friendship, basically to maybe you'd start a business with him
Yes.
in the future. Maybe,
sure.
maybe it's gonna be somebody who's gonna be part of your life forever. But just because of some sexual tension, you wasted that.
Right.
And I feel like, Job, however much we actually say it's also like men, I feel like also women, if it has not gotten into their mental status, but women also, some of these women, you just don't know your value. Because at a certain point, Job, if you know who you are, you know your value, you know how you want to be treated. A man doesn't come to me and tell me, hey, you gotta finance, can I tap?
Thank you.
I don't like that on the first day. And if you tell me that, that's, I don't talk to you anymore.
Yeah.
But let's get somebody who wants you. Let's get somebody who wants to treat you right. Because when a man
Yes,
wants,
that is
if he
so
said
true.
if he wants,
They don't even.
They'll do it. If he
think
wants,
that
he will do
conversation
it. He will chase you. There are men who
That's
even chase for 3 years.
That's true.
There are men who chase for
didn't chase for
months.
like
He wouldn't
Yes.
initiate
Exactly.
Yeah.
There are men who
Ever.
chase. Even people say, "Oh, men like the chase." Yes, they chase, but they have a if he wants to, he will chase you. He will treat you right.
Yeah.
But you also have to set this. You know how you want somebody to treat you. We always say men are like babies. You know,
It's so
the
true.
way you want him to treat you. The first set the standard for you. The first thing you show him, that is how he's gonna treat you.
Yeah.
If you show him you're just a sloppy lady who will talk to you, and then you just flow with that shit. Show him I'm not this kind of woman.
No.
You'll get your ass blocked.
Yes.
Block him
Sure.
and let him. I had a friend of mine. I don't know if you remember. We went to his place sometimes back, and that's why I say they are still proper men. Went to his place, and then he used not to take alcohol. So he wanted a friend of mine, took alcohol, and then that night it was like a very good night because we went out, we had so much fun. But I think he changes his character while he's high.
Okay.
So while we were there, he just changed. Like, for me, he's my friend. For me, I don't give a damn. I'm just like sitting beste yangu, like nimemwona hivi mara kadhaa. So my friend mwenye alikuwa anataka was shocked. So she felt some type of way. She's like, I was like, can you go tell him? Like, and then akaanza kuuliza, what you guys? What are you doing in my house?
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Na akili yake ilichange.
Yeah.
He doesn't take alcohol. So I think he was just trying because my friend anakata. Just to impress. Because I was like, Miss Jenny, nimekujua 7 years sijaona ukikunywa pombe. Ni nini inafanyika? You're going out every weekend.
Yeah.
You're doing blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Imagine the next morning, like he woke up and then he's like, he doesn't remember. And he's like, what happened? Like, why are you guys so mad at me, right? And then we're also with his cousins. His cousin said, jana manze ulichoma.
Okay.
The next morning, he was here with the flowers and asking for food. And he's like, oh my God, you guys, I'm so sorry. That and that didn't happen. And that is a side I've never seen. So me, I always say, there is always somebody who will always treat you right. There's always somebody who will want to actually take your time with you, who will want to send you that money, who will want to take you on dates. But you have to set that. If you're that type of woman, you don't even need to. You will not even attract that person. And if they will even be scared to attract you, to even talk to you.
It's
So it's women also. You set the standard. Don't let men start having weird conversations.
Thank you.
It's just because it's nice ass, and you're like, thank you. And then you come and tell me you want me, and the
Bruh.
first comment you've made is my
What do you mean
ass.
thank you?
Like what the hell?
What do you mean thank you?
Exactly.
He even says thank you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice ass.
Oh.
Thank you.
Oh, they
Nice
say,
ass,
oh,
thank
they
you.
say fine ass. Oh, I'm like, don't fine ass me. You don't know me.
I've never seen anyone who responds.
Oh, Joby. Oh, Joby. Men just make like sexual.
I know.
Joby, even in your ears, like
There's you
even
look
if
nice,
even.
but fine ass.
Oh my
What do you
God.
mean?
Girls out
Joby,
there
they
who-
say shit.
I don't say- I know,
Mwingine
they
anasema
say
tu, you
shit.
don't know
You
even the
smile.
person.
I know they say, but who responds? It's the women
Some
who
even
respond.
smile.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying.
You're crazy.
Yeah, so that's what I'm
sure.
saying. Set that standard for that man to treat you the way you want
Yeah.
to be treated. But if you're like this, yeah, always smiling,
But
enjoying
one
those
losing.
stupid conversations with a stupid
That's
man,
what
he will always treat you the same way. And even might
think
just be a
that-
mature
that-
man, but umempea
Thank
hizo
you.
signals.
Yes.
Men are physical.
So true.
That is
Obviously.
reminding
They
me
will
of a
go
cousin
easy
of mine.
with that. Ako like, huyu rafiki yako ni cheap. Alafu kuna mwenye anasema, huyu mwingine,
Yeah.
don't joke with that. This is no
Fully.
nonsense.
Yes.
Exactly.
I had a cousin like that mwenye alikuwa akisalimiwa tu na watu wa nduthi. She's
Na
smiling.
alipewa mimba na
Now
mzazi.
she's pregnant.
I knew. You
She's
see.
pregnant by a motorbike.
Exactly. That's why I did what
Is
wengine
he
wakikuambia
well off?
sasa.
No!
To a bike.
No!
Some
They
Some have
they
businesses,
mazare.
money.
But we would say, huyu ni mtu wa biashara before tuseme ni
Nah,
bike.
it's not someone because he dumped her. He dumped
Whoa.
her, yeah. He
Imagine.
impregnated her and dumped her.
Whoa. That's so sad.
Yes.
And she was
sad,
smiling at
yeah.
him.
And
So-
she was making the mistake again for the second time. So we wonder, like,
I
yo,
think she just has a type. Type
what
yake ni
do?
mzuri.
Basi alikuwa smile na wengine tukamwambia wewe, you didn't learn kwani, like why you smile with these people? This is the same people who
Right.
messed already the first pregnancy.
Right.
Now you're back in Nairobi the second one. You smile with still the same people. Because that happened in the village.
Okay.
Now she's coming to town where someone can take care of her and the child.
Yeah.
Now because you think you have someone who's taking care of your first baby, you're gonna take care of the rest.
No. It didn't work out like that.
Reduce your teeth.
And also some people don't learn. I don't know.
Reduce your teeth.
Yes.
Reduce this amount of smiling.
Tafadhali, value. value yourself.
Value. I think it
Please.
comes with also self-awareness.
Yes.
So hatuwezi blame wanaume peke because you need a man.
Thank you. On how to treat
And
you.
how to treat you, because he might be a douche, but you're like putting him in his space.
Thank
You're like,
you.
acha mimi si watu.
Yeah.
And he knows.
100%.
Exactly. But if
Yes.
you are leading him on, anaanza kukua, that's how they start touching your thigh on a first date.
Yes, you're
I'll
like,
beat you
hey,
up.
how did you? It's because of how you let your guard down, literally, and maybe fascinated by his charm. I don't care how you're the most charming individual of all time. You gotta put respect on me, literally. As we move forward, we have mistakes women make when they start dating a wealthy man. This is it. And there's an actual
Gen Z.
comment here that says, someone told me when you're dating a rich man, pretend that you're not impressed by his wealth.
Exactly.
Is that true? This lady, she's actually giving us pointers
On Miss
on
Well,
what
let's get it.
mistakes women make when they start dating a wealthy man.
Into it. After-
the mood that wazungu. So of course wanadating wazungu for the bag, right?
Of
So
course.
one time I was on this one's live. Mwenye anakuanga Nairobi gossip all the time. What's her name with this her white
Oh,
guy,
I know
the
her.
old guy. You know
Yeah.
her, right?
I don't know her name though.
Yeah, I don't even know her name too. So one time I was on TikTok. She always goes live on TikTok. So I met her on TikTok hapo nikaingia live. So watu wanamuuliza kwa unajua venye comments zinaingianga. Wewe ulipata mzungu aje? Unajua
Oh
women ask that a
yeah,
lot,
seen that,
right?
yeah, like how do you
How
maintain
did
a
you
mzungu?
get him?
At what time
Like
should you
women-
start asking
hiyo
money?
sasa hiyo conversation mtu
Wow.
aliuliza. They start and she's like, so this is what she said, and I've met a lot of videos of
Ha.
even not her, even other people now saying it. Some of the first times, don't ask for money.
That's what she said.
Yeah, don't.
That's what
Alisema,
they say.
don't start. That's what they say. Alisema because they all know that you guys are here for their money. They're also not dumb. They also maybe want that person they think will be last. Of course, intentions ni do, sindio? Lakini pia lazima ukuwe smart.
Yeah.
If I am rich, for example,
Really?
right? A lot of
That's the
people
intention.
to do what? Intentions of the girls.
Oh,
course
the girls, yes.
Yeah, of course their first intention is do.
Right.
See, and they are white, most of them. Let me say most of the black women.
Okay.
They go for these zaddies because of
Money.
right? And these zaddies also, they've already known. They're
Right,
not dumb
they're
enough
aware.
to know that you're also here because of their bag. So they are trying to find that one that is not
Of
for the
course.
bag.
That is true.
But of course the intention is, but you have to be smart at it, right? For you to get your bag. So most of them say don't ask for money on the first time. Unajua eti si eti umempata leo, kesho mamako amesiji nini kafanyika, kesho siji mashida za kwenu
Why are you
gani.
laughing, Joey?
Because I used to do that. I used to do that. I used to find someone today. I'm complaining
But
I
you
don't
didn't
have a
like them.
phone.
I
Because I
know.
don't like them and because they can
Exactly.
provide.
And how did you tell them you didn't have a phone when you texted them?
On the laptop for our friends.
Exactly.
Like the heck?
This is my parents' phone.
Yeah, like I just put in.
Because they used to find me in the business. This is my parents' phone, not mine. It's for M-Pesa.
Hey, wewe gasi liisha, rent unafungiwa, mamako ni mgoni.
Kama we meet,
Oh,
nywele langu inakaa
pesa.
vibaya, you know.
Watu
Sija-
wana pesa.
Sijatengeneza nails, sina pair.
Exactly.
Na wendi.
Na watu medo. Na imagine wata ikosa.
Na watu
They always have money.
na watakutumia tena.
Na tena hadi ukikula.
Mpaka utoke.
Haina ni sana. That's the best thing about dating this older. Our cat.
I know. They don't get mad.
Hata mwingine aliniambianga, msha, wewe ni mkora lakini na badali tu wengine alikakula. Na badali skali nilipata kasa, wewe ndio ule mkora sasa. Sasa hizo tunacheka pamoja na yeye. Tunacheka tabia yangu. I'm like, hata ingekuwa kijana angeni trace. Young boys they trace.
I did that too.
They will
I did
never
that
forgive
too.
you. Akikuona ataka adapata after wewe ulikula fare yangu.
Bana.
Lakini mzee unakula hadi 10 times. Akikupata mara
Kwanza
10 baadaye
kijana anaweza kunya.
Unacheka pamoja.
Vijana.
Anakuwa
Unakula mkombero. Kupindua pande zote
nakwambia
hizo fea
message za boy child utapata hivi akikuthreaten na familia. I will dress you na zingine ni tao. Kwenu unadhani hizi but anaenda hadi maybe akiona sister yako ulikuwa umemtag. Anaweza text
I know what to expose hadi Nairobi gossip, I swear.
I know.
Wow,
Like
it's crazy.
me, the first iPhone I had was
Yeah.
like a like a young guy.
Yeah.
So I just got out on campus na alikuwa ananikatia. I think it was like alikuwa a lab tech, like a doctor lab. He was working with the lab and stuff like that. So it's like alikuwa ananitaka, then it's like I told him I don't have a phone. I'm like, come kwangu. And my sister used to tell me, huyu achana na yeye, huyu ni mbaya, huyu ni wrong number too, because my sister works at the hospital too. So I'm like, well,
your sister used to own him.
My sister you'd warn me.
Oh.
Like, oh boy, it's gonna be, hey, huyu kijana ananikatia. But he told me he has 2 phones.
So because of the phone, I know, me too, I've done that.
I want a phone.
Because someone had phones.
I want a phone. My mom ashaniambia karibu kurudi shule. Ameniambia kulibiwa simu. Kwanza my mom is crazy. My mom never bought me a phone. Mamangu alikuwa phone yake. Nikishapoteza ananiambia enda na hii yangu. Mamangu ako hainibaia simu. Kila mtu ako na touch screen campus nzima, mimi bado niko na ile Nokia. Si Katulu.
Ile Nokia.
Zile za Blackberry zimenona.
Motorola?
Hizo.
I
had that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Mom. That's kuna DM kopa. And I know she has much she cannot buy phone. She's like, chukua tu yangu, mimi nitabaki bila. Imagine, and she wouldn't have a phone.
Wow.
Like she'd stay even like 3 months
without a phone.
And then my sister would get another phone.
Right.
So nikishapoteza tena mama msimu libiwa. Anibai hiyo yake tu ndio naenda nayo na mwachia Katululu. So I wanted like a really smartphone. I'm like, what am I going to do? So huyu mdana ananikatia. Akaniambia, so you come to my place sijini, nikasema this one I know what he wants, of course sex. He's trying to play, but I'm going to play dumb. So I ensured I went when I was on period.
Wow. Good timing.
Yeah, good timing.
Perfect
I was calculative.
timing.
Intention ni kupata simu, right? So he goes, nikamuingiza box, nikamwambia, hey, I can be his girlfriend and stuff like that. Nikitoka.
Wow.
He had actually told me, now this is what he's told me. He had told me, I have a Samsung, but I have another iPhone at home. Hey, mimi niko like
iPhone. The
When
iPhone.
I buy iPhone. iPhone is where I go for.
Yeah.
I went, he gave me the iPhone.
Okay.
So after giving me the iPhone, I went back to school. I didn't like him. Of course, conversations too.
It's the phone.
So he got really, he's a young boy. That's what I tell you, leave young boys alone. This guy started asking me for his phone.
Oh.
Back.
After
Because he couldn't get
what he couldn't get
Hey.
right, so he's like, give me my phone back, stuff. I'm like, I'm not, which phone?
Which phone?
I told him, which phone did you give me, like what? Na sangine napiga nao picha naona diko selfie hivi. This ni ile hivyo. Niangalia like which phone? He knew my mom's. He went to my mom's shop.
Okay. Wow.
Where? Small boys, leave them. Went to my mom's shop. Told my mom to give me a phone. Na nimekata kurege. My mom never gets into such bullshit. He told him, mkijuana nilikuwa. Mkijuana nilikuwa. Penye mlitoana na shumani. Mama was like, my mom, you can't go with her with bullshit. Like, that is what I really love about her. Even if you go report me, she'll be like, siku hapo.
Right.
Nyinyi? Uko mbali. Unless something, maybe one has to go to jail, then she will have to interview. But most times, when you kijana lenda kuni report, I'm like, the audacity you can go to my mom's shop and tell my mom you gave me the phone. What if I tell my mom you wanted to have sex with me? Because that is what you wanted. My mom was like, he thought by telling my mom, I'm gonna get some type of, because it's like, I'm going to go to your mom. I'm like, go and tell my mom, because me I don't have your phone. And my mom is sitting with that phone. She's like, Shmani, mbona nakujiwa hapa na hizi vitu? So I'm like, vitu gani mami sijui kenye naongelea, niliruka na nilijua tu ameruka hiyo story. So I think about how like young dudes will not leave anything for you. But kwani tumebaiwa simu ngapi na wanaume?
I know.
Hadi
So
na umekula
many.
na hadi wakulizi. Like how wadogo.
Mimi hadi nimepiganisha kwa ukuta jinsi mimi nimenunua.
I know. But how wadogo tu hivi data young one will kill you because of even like ulikula tu fare ya roi sana ronga.
Right.
And they
So
will
mindset is everything.
It's everything.
Yeah, be careful on the person or with the people you're choosing.
Exactly.
To basically
Choose
start a relationship friend. Relationship with.
Much ones they're easy.
Yes,
they don't have
mindset.
money problem.
Mindset is everything, as
I
you're
know.
literally winding up with that.
Yeah.
Mindset for me is the most pivotal thing actually.
Exactly.
Above everything. You might be the wealthiest, but your thought process doesn't add up.
Even maturity.
Yes.
A mature person, maturity, I don't know, but maturity is so
Yeah.
important and it's attractive.
Always.
Like
Very
sometimes,
attractive.
yeah, sometimes you might be like a kid, you might behave in a way, and you might be like, enyewe nilichoma. But yeah, jaona hivi.
Yes.
He'll be like looking at you now.
Yeah.
He has put himself in your space, and he has understood. Hey, you just behaved like this
It's
because
so
of
true.
this. So unajua, so
The way
maturity is
also
really important.
He squashes some conversations which are like, you don't have to go back and forth about
Exactly.
this.
Unajua.
Yes.
So maturity is really important. Choose a mature man, but
It's
of
so
course
true.
also handling a mature person.
You
gotta be mature
to be
too.
also
Exactly.
mature, super intelligent, emotionally intelligent. Women and men. So ending up, we had Mr. Blackheart Fire saying exactly 100% Shmoney respect is aren't not given. Also, he said they think you have childlike minds. Our government, the politicians, the leaders that we do have. Also, he goes on and says, yes, Shmoney, it's an African thing to keep you weak as a people. And also, he says exactly 100% Shmoney, just because you're old doesn't make you an elder. It just makes you an old Negro.
Exactly.
Thank you, Mr. Blackheart Fire, and everybody who joined us on YouTube. Remember, you can literally follow us on all the social media platforms. Download our app on the Google Play Store. Stream on www.blackheartfireradionetwork.com for amazing healthy supplements, apparel clothing with the Blackheart Fire Radio logo on it. Have a beautiful, magical evening. Sending you so much love and light. Remember, you are the change you need to see in the world.
Much love, family. See you guys, of course, tonight on the Africa Today show. Remember, we'll be covering Tariq Nasheed's fake love for Ibrahim Traore and much more. So join us tonight.
Every Wednesday we do this, sometimes same place. Have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day ahead.
Take care.